Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger is urging Obama and the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency to support California and 13 other states that want to act independently to reduce global warming. Filling up gas cars may end up needing less gas in the future, saving drivers at the pump. Large trucks and vehicles that guzzle huge amounts of fuel may become a thing of California's past. Smog checks will be stricter if the EPA passes a waiver allowing the state to set higher air quality standards than the federal government. If approved, it would allow California to start a program reducing greenhouse gas by 30% in 7 years. The governor expects the new regulations to reduce California's impact on global warming. Emissions from vehicles' exhaust pipes account for 20% of the nation's total output of greenhouse gases. Los Angeles is ranked as one of the worst polluted cities in the country, but LA has improved its high levels of pollutants, decreasing pollution by 1/3 in the past decade. The governor also expects new regulations to decrease our nation's dependence on foreign oil. President Obama asked the EPA last week to move forward with considering California's waiver.
35 years after becoming governor of California, Jerry Brown wants to return to that office. Brown is currently the state attorney general and has moved up and down the elective ranks of California over the past 4 decades. In next year's gubernatorial election, Brown will most likely run against San Francisco Mayor Gavin Newsom and Los Angeles Mayor Antonio Villaraigosa. 70-year-old Brown has run for president 3 times and raised more than $4 million in his current campaign.
More than 250,000 people in Kentucky have no power after an ice storm ripped through the state. Kentucky's governor says the storm is the biggest natural disaster in modern Kentucky history. Residents use their generators to keep warm, but many of those generators have produced deadly carbon monoxide. The generators reportedly have caused at least 16 deaths.
It is tradition that every February 2nd, Punxsutawney Phil predicts how long winter will last. The famous groundhog emerged from his home just after dawn and saw his shadow. German folklore will tell you that if a hibernating animal sees its own shadow, it means 6 more weeks of winter. It really doesn't decide anything. The Punxsutawney Groundhogs Club, which puts on the celebration, decides the outcome before the event.
Now here's Gita with a look into the entertainment world.
Here's the scoop.
Jennifer Hudson scored a touchdown with her rendition of the national anthem at the 43rd Super Bowl game.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light?
The singer's appearance in Tampa was her first performance since the murders of her mother, brother, and nephew last October. Music director Ricky Minor said at his request, Hudson lip-synced the anthem to a previously recorded track. Hudson will appear at the Grammy Awards Sunday and will continue her tour at the 40th Annual NAACP Image Awards in Los Angeles on February 12th. A Ball State University employee scored a touchdown of his own at the Super Bowl. The commercial he entered in a Doritos contest was chosen as a $1 million winner. The BSU employee, together with an advertising company, put together a 30-second commercial ad. It featured a man showing his coworker a snow globe representing a crystal ball and asking the globe, "Free Doritos at the office today?" Then throwing it at a vending machine and shattering the glass to get it free Doritos. Producers are doing everything possible these days to attract audiences. One of the most far-out attempts comes from the producers of Project Runway and Top Chef, who are getting together to create a new reality show called Arranged Marriages. The series will follow 4 adults, ages 25 to 45, who will allow their friends and family to choose a spouse for them. The couples will become legally married, and the series will follow their lives together as a married couple. Britney Spears is working on an elaborate plan to avoid cancellation of her highly anticipated circus tour. Britney, her father, and her ex-husband Kevin Federline have been trying to figure out how Britney's kids can go on tour with Mom. The plan is to have homes along the tour route in New Jersey, New Orleans, and Los Angeles. The kids would stay in each region while Britney gives shows in the surrounding areas. Kevin would also get his own place in 3 regions paid for by Britney without having to even show up at the homes or concerts. Britney will pay Kevin $4,000 a week for each week she's on tour. Britney's American leg of the tour begins on March 3rd in New Orleans and ends on May 5th in Connecticut.
Election day in Iraq last Saturday ended successfully with no deadly violence. More than 14,000 candidates ran for 440 seats in provinces. The election was created to create provincial councils that will closely represent Iraq's ethnic, sectarian, and tribal balance. More than 6,000 polling places were surrounded with checkpoints providing tight security. Driving was banned throughout the country to prevent suicide bombers. Local election officials say 60 to 75% of voters participated.
Diplomats are pushing for a permanent ceasefire between Hamas and Israel as an Israeli blockade of Gaza continues. Gaza residents are unable to rebuild their shattered homes and towns until materials can enter the territory.
All the building materials. We need cement, we need iron, we need doors, we need keys, we need everything. All the building, nothing is allowed to get into Gaza. This is the problem.
Countries pledging reconstruction aid cannot do so until Israel opens the border crossings. Some estimate unemployment in Gaza has reached 80%. Many factories were destroyed in reaction to the Israeli attacks. Gaza's immediate concern is food and shelter.
The 110th annual Golden Dragon Parade kicked off the Chinese New Year celebration in LA's Chinatown last Saturday. Valley View's Catherine Opitz has the details about this colorful event.
For the Chinese, New Year is one of the most important holidays of the year. In Los Angeles, the Chinese New Year is celebrated with a weekend of festivities in Chinatown. The Golden Dragon Parade is the highlight of the celebrations. The parade features marching bands from the region, as well as numerous lavishly decorated floats. Lila Martin and her friend Charlotte Twike came all the way from Bakersfield to experience the festivities.
Both of us are artists, so we came here to basically either take photographs or sketch or paint.
Twike explains why the two artists have made the trip to the New Year's festival for the second year in a row.
Chinatown has a lot of personality that just the average town doesn't have.
There's a lot of symbolism within the parade. Loud drum beats and cymbals, for example, are believed to scare away evil spirits and bad fortune. The Chinese believe the Golden Dragon, after which the event is named, will bring good luck, health, and prosperity in the new year. The Year of the Ox started on January 26th. It is now the year 4707 according to the Chinese lunar calendar. Next to the parade route, this art stand sells good luck charms from the Chinese zodiac. Ray Jacques, one of the art vendors, explains why his company displays an oversized golden statue in the middle of the stand.
The big statue on the display, it's representing Kuan Yin, which is the goddess of the Buddhism.
The festival also features stage performances from several Chinese culture groups, including drummers and dancers. This group of children performs a traditional dance for the audience. The children depict an old Chinese legend, both with their dancing and the colorful costumes. The New Year's festivities in Chinatown are a great way to learn about Chinese traditions while taking in the parade, vendors, and performances. From Chinatown, I'm Catherine Opitz for Valley View News.
Thank you for watching Valley View News. I'm Mazen Hafez.
I'm Kristen Price.
I'm BJ Robinson.
I'm Geeta Kumar. Good night, everyone.